Right, so let's implement this create so that we can create a module for the current course. Right, so notice that we already had a create. What do we have to create? Here's a create. Right, it's calling create module. First, we'll need to go. We'll create a create module here, right? Just like we have a delete, blah blah blah. Let's go out to the server. So export const create module. You'll need to tell me for what course, right? This module goes into what course. So here's a course ID. So course ID, and you'll need to tell me the actual module object, right? I'm going to do a fetch. Notice that I'm going to do a post to the same URL. Courses, the course ID, modules. So I'm not posting into modules anymore. I'm posting to courses ID modules. Make sense? This creates a relationship saying that this module belongs to that course. It's not just any module on its own. It belongs to a particular course. Yes? Also, this is going to be a post. So the method will be a post. The headers will be the content type application /JSON, and the body will be JSON.stringify, and the actual module that I'm passing. Okay, and it'll come back. Now that I have this, I can now replace this create module. Instead of adding it to just my local state, I can call my service. I can say module service. Ooh, I didn't expose it, right? I need to add it to my API here. I can say module service dot create. This takes two arguments: the course ID, and the module, which I need to pass along. Here's my course ID, that passes as an argument, and the module can be this hard-coded. This could be this hard-coded object, right? This hard-coded object could be an argument to this module. I don't need the ID because the ID is going to be generated by the remote server. And if I do the create module, it's going to come back. Here's the actual module coming back from the server. Actual module. And I can now call the dispatch. And this is the actual module. And I think I need an extra parenthesis in there. Okay. Let's see if this blows up. All right, so let's refresh and let's create one. So it went out to the server, hopefully. Let's refresh, and it didn't work. Let's see what's going on. So let's do a create. Let's do a console, see if something broke. We'll look at the network. Let's do a create. So it went out to modules. Let's look at the API. It's going out to, oh, something is wrong with the course ID. Right, we're not passing the right course ID. So create module is being invoked from where? From, I believe, from this create object right here, create. And we're not passing anything. Right, so we need to pass the course ID. So this dot props dot course ID. All right, so let's refresh. Let's see, create, let's refresh. Okay, now we have the modules, right, that are for that course. If I go back and go into 5200, I have the modules. If I go into 5610, I don't have modules. But if I go back to 5200, I have modules for that one. Right? You see that? That now we each one can have different modules. I can go back into 5610 and create 3 modules or 4. I go back, so 5200 only has 2, whereas 5610 has 4. See that? Right, so now we can create modules for a particular course, and we can retrieve modules for a particular course. Right? Obviously, we still need to be able to delete. Delete doesn't need to know about a specific course. Delete can work just the same. Right? If you remove the module, it's gone. Right? You don't need to say, oh, remove this module for this particular course. You can just remove the module. It doesn't need to know. So You only need this new URL. This new URL what that uses the parent ID child only for create, because you need to establish the relationship, a parent-child relationship, and then find, because you need to retrieve the children for a specific parent. Make sense? Right? But everything else, delete, doesn't need it. You can just use the normal one, right? So notice if I delete, did we implement that? I forget. Delete, if I refresh, yeah, it's removing the same way, so it works. Right? So normal delete, update can still work the same, and find a particular one by ID still works the same. So only create and find for the parent. Yes? All right.